disastrous if they lost, and frankly, FNRGFE had better position to win that. But because Faze won, now they could look at a first point hold here. Only a minute is left, and here comes FNRG. Moving in, Louis goes down immediately to engage from Muma, and now you see FNRGFE going in, and look, they're pushing the payload. No one's on the payload. It doesn't quite get it yet. It's contested at the last moment. That was almost snuck. But while that goes on, Buds dashing back and forth, gets the kills he needs to, and that will be FNRGFE taking the last
5 minutes or so, where they just losing players one by one. They will end up boosting their Winston as Buds gets to the back line. You mentioned to me that Buds has really been working on his projectile, and that Genji comes to bear.
There's no doubt about it. I mean, he was playing it with the Fnatic guys up until just a few days ago, so he's worked on it in the hyperbolic time chamber as FNRGFE takes the fight with ease. You saw Buds decimating the back line, and Faze streams into their death. They get a bit of delay, but they also build up push, but this is going to be difficult. Maybe Clockwork lands the attack visor miracle with the primal rage distraction, but easier said than done, where they have to throw their bodies on the payload now. Pulse Bomb's going to connect. Doesn't quite demech D.Va here just yet. Faze in a great position here at the moment. They have Sound Barrier in reserve, and they immediately drop the beat. Joe Meister wastes no time, but it's Enigma opening things up in the back, demeching, and FNRGFE, despite the rough circumstances, making a go of it. Still, even though it's Factor Fiction, pulls it right back for Faze.
It's been such a banner day for Winston's here. Their Transcendence will come on late to try to keep them alive, stall on the card, but reinforcements and spawns much closer. It was actually really beautiful execution from FNRGFE there, just unable to pull it out. They're still going to try to contest this card, but it seems like it will stop right there. What they did was beautiful, and it was Enigma and Clockwork working together. Of course, old friends, have played together for a long time in games. They pulse bombed the deep.
Now, this would be a disaster if they ended up losing this, and it probably would because of the pulse bomb that happened. That said, the pulse bomb does not get an early kill, but Shadowburn, too aggressive, killed in the backline by a nano-visored Buds, and that changes the complexion of this entirely.
It was odd because they were being so patient. They had the tanks in great position up top to deny the high ground to the soldier that would have the nano visor, and then Shadowburn just goes in, still back and forth though as the fight continues for the cart. A couple of tanks alive, gonna at least stall this out, and losing anything for the offense is gonna be hard to reinforce.
Louis still being a pest here in the backline. No one's on him. He can still do serious damage, although, yeah that's gonna end. Oh no, he got slapped! Winston taking a nap in the back. That's a nice sleep dart to open that up from Raucus, and look at the front! They're able to push it right through as Winston naps in the back!
Joe Meister is...
I'm not sure it matters that much, though, when you have to pull the D.Va off the point to begin with. It's one of the last people there, so I do like it in theory. The problem is that this is phenomenal delay coming out here from FNRGFE. They're just staying on the payload, and this is very much worth here, even if they end up losing this fight, which is still likely. They're just coming in from all directions. This is incredibly annoying if you're Faze, especially for how they start this fight.
It's a super delay. They will finally get the point, but it's the rogue school of thought, where not an inch for...
In reserve here, but Buds is getting mauled. Not in a safe position, the Dragon Blade. The poke damage is huge, and Louis piles on. 3 kills here from Louis off the nano visor, and this is going from bad to worse here for FNRGFE. The payload almost at its final destination.
Does not let Muma escape from that, and this is where you want to be as Soldier 76. If you could build a condo up there, you would. And try to get him off the point as the blade comes out.
The blade does come out, Buds not able to bring his blade out in time, and, well, Easy was on the team, and if you're looking at Shadowburn, you got hooked by Too Easy, and vice versa. If you look at Too Easy, you down Shadowburn. Either way, though, Enigma finding his man in the back, getting Raucus down immediately, opening things pretty wide here for FNRGFE as they just push Faze back with authority.
So Faze is running this triple tank, and I just always feel terrible for the Reinhardt players.
The Transcendence not being super kind to him. Both teams dancing around, looking to put this over the top. Faze slightly ahead, but you have the Tech Visor in as Clockwork goes to work. 2 kills for him, but it ends as Shadowburn takes his life.
Taking that spree was really important there. Spree had just gotten up to the Graviton, which effectively could have put an end to this. Shadowburn looking for those dash resets as he gets some damage, and they're able to keep his life as they seem to try to dig him back. Bounty is on the Sombra of all things. He's the support player, but just needs that extra invisibility speed to get to the point quickly enough. Should help them stall. Still 99 on both sides of things. FaZe Clan cleaning up the point.
Basically, certainly working their way back into this game. It'd be a nice comeback to begin with, but Enigma back into town. Pulse Bomb comes in, removes Factor Fiction, and now Faze stuck trying to reverse course in a very tough situation. They're down to 3 people actively on the point. A lot on Louis' shoulders here, but he's merely being overpowered and out-muscled. Joe Meister's going to fall. People have to sacrifice their bodies to try and get back into this, but that is a grim proposition. And FNRGFE holds on environment for Spree than what he used to have, so there's certainly some adjustment period. Either way, we are here in the village, and not a lot of time wasted as both teams engage over the top, but we have a fair in play as Buds takes to the sky.
Yeah, Buds on the fair should be really interesting to watch. Of course, Bonnie has played Mercy before. He's a fine Mercy here. They're going to run Enigma on the Diva as well to try to keep him covered and nice. And some really early kills come out. Louis is able to take down Muma, and some of this going back and forth. Now Buds is without the support he needs in the sky. Going to have to bail out of there. Uses the conk, not the best conk, but able to get away from the Zenyatta who's pressuring him on the point. And was able to get the Diva before the mech call down saves her.
From downtown, and that could swap things back in FNRGFE's favor. The respawns are coming back in, and now Faze kind of in a tough position here. The engage comes in from Winston Tracer, and they get their man in Fact Fiction, but Louis pulling it right back. I'm not sure it's gonna be enough though. You look at the presence on the point, FNRGFE does get first control.
But FNRGFE has gotten a couple of their own.
Again, this is Faze just fishing for a miracle. Louis desperately trying to build up Pulse Bomb. He got the Pulse Bomb up in time. Maybe he blows up 2 or 3 people in the most optimal of circumstances, but it's not easy as Muma booping and bopping people around with that Primal Rage. The kill feed fills up with blue, and FNRGFE, they dispatch Louis, and this should be them taking this point and 1 round away from evening up the series 1-1.
Yep, Barrage at the end there will grab a couple. And Clockwork had some really nice clutch performances. We know how good of a Tracer.
Here, 1 round away from evening up the series. And very differing positions here as FNRGFE. They're going for the sneaky flank. They're not going for this high ground fight in the traditional way at all. We'll see if it pans out. They are split, which increases the odds that someone gets focused down early. But Faze has to worry about threats from multiple angles here right now as Faze is just holding together for dear life.
A lot of charge on that gun for Spree as well as he looks to go to town. He's just going to 1v3 into the middle of this. At 100% charge, he can probably do it. Does so much damage. The Muma goes down.
But if Shadowburn can find a way through and take this here, Faze can stay alive in this map. So I'm really curious to see how Shadowburn ends up doing this. Sound Bear comes up, but he doesn't get it. The Sound Bear does not connect on Shadowburn. He's vulnerable. Still though, finds Buds, takes him down, and gets Bandy for reserve. So he didn't even need to hear those beats to do the damage that was needed to be done.
Yeah, he does not even need it. Gets the kills that he needs. Your Shatter will come in very late. I don't think it grabbed a whole lot, but Fact Fiction was tired of seeing that check mark on his screen. Anti-heal comes up on Muma. The reason that earlier grab was also so great is let's give Raucus a little bit of credit. Nice anti-heal. They're able to clean up those up. He's looking for the gold.
Tracer is going on here. So, I mean, alt management is always going to be tougher on teams that are newer, which realistically both of these teams are in many respects.
Absolutely. They've got all the pieces, and that's why they've made it so far into this tournament already, fighting for seeding right now. Onto the point, though, already Buds gets a reset, decides that the other team shouldn't have any healers.
Both supports down. That is about as fight-winning as it gets. It's incredibly difficult to bring back a fight when a Genji just slides his way into your backline in a way that you... The barrier's up, and they are breaking it down. Finally, he hits the ground, but it's a little bit too late to save Enigma. That small delay might be enough. It's still a good position for FNRGFE, though, as they sit on the point, and they look to bring this pack as Clockwork finally breaks through.
Yeah, Clockwork able to get a couple of really nice kills there as Shadowburn goes down as the Tracer. Beautiful Helix Rocket. Here comes that delay I was mentioning from Factor Fiction, but maybe a little bit too late. He's going to be focused down as Bonnie back in this fight, very likely going to discord any remaining targets. So hard to try to take this back. Here comes the Transcend as well. Clockwork continues to do work.
Clockwork certainly playing this well. They have flipped the point, but they have not won here just yet. Faze with options.
Another visor! Another visor! He just had one!
Don't tell Clockwork that. He bought the enhanced visor plan.
Is that DLC?
No.
Well, the optics on Clockwork working out very well there as he started that fight with a visor.
Isn't a bad opening. If Louis can stay alive here, get healed and come back in, then support Shadowburn, which it's looking like he is. Things are getting rough here for FNRGFE, and it just escalates in a hurry. Have your pulse munitions back, says Shadowburn to Clockwork.
Just want to give Raucus so much credit for just waiting that out, keeping Shadowburn alive. Of course, a beautiful deflect, but it is often the unseen hand of healing that wins fights, and Raucus has done a lot of that, as evidenced by his already ready nano boost. And they're going to be set up with a really nice window after they take this, because they could get a boosted blade in, and we know that these kind of maps, assault maps, you need that clean fight, and a boosted blade can give you that.
Here, but they're not out of the fire here yet. A Nano Blade very well could be on the menu here. Shadowburn, the blade, unleashed, looking for targets, diving in, and not quite as good as he would like. Meanwhile, Buds connects on his blade, picks up 2, and this fight is a lot more even than Faze would like, given that you have to almost flawlessly win to take Hanamura in many cases.
You have to almost 6-0 for assault points, and especially Hanamura, they're going to respawn rather quickly. Those 2 kills by Buds probably just won them the defense already there. All over for the Cryon, as Spree and Factor Fiction will eventually leave the point, wait, and try to get another reset here. So that was their best window, getting the blade. I was a little bit surprised that Shadowburn didn't go after the Ana. Maybe he just really fears the Sleep Dart, because he had scouted out where that Ana was.
Shadowburn's target selection there just wasn't good. He didn't identify the targets to go on quickly enough, and he pulled out his blade before thinking. And that's not really a great combination. So Faze now stuck with a much taller mountain to climb as they move in here once more. Hard to get a full team wipe with just one ultimate on deck, as Factor Fiction ends up taking a little bit of a nap in the back.
Yeah, sleeping outside of the spawn doors. Louis is able to take down Bunk, though, and now they're putting together the kills they need. That is 2 kills right away on this offense.
Shadowburn remembering they can get plenty of kills without Dragon Blade. Vintage Shadowburn, in fact, picking up 2. And Faze making something out of nothing here. Spree piling on, and Faze, who needs a lot to take this anyways? The Dragon Blade has been built up in the middle of the fight. Shadowburn looking to finish this off with a bang. Diva obliging. Self-destruct in action. And FNRGFE scrambling over their own butts right now to get back on the point, and it's not going to happen.
Unable to do it. I like that composition from this team too, putting Louis on the Tracer there towards the end. They combined for a bunch of kills. Louis is a gifted hit scan player, and Shadowburn redeeming.
Strange on both sides. Neither side really knows what the other side is going for here. But it is going to result in Faze getting pushed back pretty heavily. This is a little bit rougher. They don't want to lose anyone early on, because the offense is just going to be able to snowball that really quickly. And they're doubling down. They're diving right back into FNRGFE. They lose Raucus in the process. 5 versus 5, and what is one of the stranger skirmishes to open up Hanamura that I think we've seen.
It was quite odd. Kills are coming in late from Buds. Losing Raucus, they're really hurt because he's at 73%, so they're going to try to delay it a little bit. Losing Louis that far out also hurts. I think it would be best for them to jump off the edge and save any potential EMP for next fight. This one is largely over, in my opinion.
I don't think throwing an EMP into this would be a good idea. I'd be throwing good money after bad.
Yeah.
And to Faze's credit, they recognize that. So now we get to the stage where Faze has to hunker down and get ready to defend for quite a long time. 6.5 minutes left as they defend the last part of the Hanamura Shrine.
Should be interesting to see if Raucus stays on this. EMP does come out right away. Everyone now very vulnerable. Clockwork is exactly where he wants to be, up on that point, but still not getting any onto the point. You will eventually find Raucus. Shadowburn's got the blade out, looking for a little bit, but not clean enough yet.
Clockwork setting up camp here in the back. This is a dangerous spot to let soldiers set up, as he's uncontested. A lot of damage is coming in from Clockwork here. No one's going in on him, and FNRGFE, could they be striking back? This would be pretty momentous given how this started out.
Jeez.
The wall is not safe. Nowhere is safe. Clockwork is going wild here. And FNRGFE, could they turn this into a quick strike right back? It could very well be the case.
Yeah, Buds has the blade. He's going to get a couple of dashes all the way through. Stall out time is coming. If they can find 1 kill or 2 kills, that'd be great for them. Soundberry will come up for both sides here. You need to start seeing some Faze in the kill feed. There's 1.
Well, they take down Buds, but Clockwork is still doing so much. Please, stop this man. He has a rifle. He has a glowing visor. Do something. And even as that's happening, Enigma drops a pulse bomb, D-Max, and kills Lucio.
Yeah, they've been focusing Spree because it's the only potential answer to Clockwork. So Spree came out, gets pulse bombed and immediately deleted. Another visor comes out for Clockwork. That will finally put him to bed for the moment, at least.
You see, you think he got hit by a sleep dart, but he was just tired from doing so much work. You can only carry the backpack so far, Hex. In any case, Faze now showing some signs of bringing this back with the smallest of margins.
I love this switch by Buds.
Oh, the Widow is so good here because now you have to break through and get on the Buds. But
not enough pressure on the point.
I think Faze is going to stabilize here with such a small margin.
Very close to...
I do think Clockwork can do some decent work with the Tac Visor, but there's a lot of ways Faze can delay this out here, so it's always difficult coming back in.
A really nice Helix will set up that kill onto Geomeister, now sensing that they will have the advantage. They bust out their own sound barrier. They will boost Shadowburn's Genji, but he finds nothing as Clockwork continues to carry this team.
Clockwork, this has been some of the best gameplay we've seen from him almost ever.
Yeah.
He gets several vital kills there in the middle of it. The Transcendence is out, and Faze once more back in mortal peril. They really did not expect to have this happen again so quickly. FNRGFE not going down without a fight, not going down easily, but Shadowburn, Dragonblade is out. Can he pull this back as he's done many times before?
Nope.
No. The answer is no.
Gets Tesla tickled down as the kill feed continues to light up with Clockwork's handiwork. He's able to D-max. Spree has done nothing to dissuade Clockwork. He's been the primary target of Clockwork, actually, and they will eventually cap it out on Hanamura. Is the primary target, and I think we're seeing exactly how this is supposed to work. Buds reprising his role onto the Reaper.
I like this. I like it more next patch, but I like it here nonetheless. Clockwork finds Louis early on. He was a little bit far out. 6v5 opportunity now for FNRGFE. And they're just waiting to see how they go in here. They're rope-a-doping Faze a bit. They get 2 key kills. And now, by the way, they're on the point. Just FYI, Faze, you might want to head back there if you have any people alive, which is quickly not becoming the case.
It is not going to be the case. They will grab this one eventually and clean up the remnants of it. It's Overwatch is oddly, it's an objective-based game. You have to push cards, you have to get on points, and the kills don't really count. They help, they don't count.
So they get an extra 30 seconds from capping the point. 50 seconds left, because that is a tiebreaker now on Assault maps.
I actually like this from Enigma to just sneak on and make them come down to the point. The EMP does come off, and of course, like Clockwork, Banny goes down immediately after.
Sound barrier getting dropped here. Bud's going off, has 2 here early on. It's a very spread fight here for FNRGFE. You see Muma prioritizing the point. Shadowburn, though, late Dragonblade of his own, starts to even things out a bit, getting a bunch of crucial kills. It's a 3K from Shadowburn, and FNRGFE. They tried to get a little bit of progress there. They did not get over a tick. And now, unless they have a miracle, they're just going to have to settle with no progress on second.
But they wanted something greater than 0. Probably one of the reasons they snuck their Tracer over to the side. Also to try to bring them off of the high ground onto the point. I like just applying that pressure from Enigma. They will capture point A after a valiant and innovative defense.
So, Raucus can set him to go at any moment. And here he goes. Nano Boost is in, grabs 1, gets 2, and it's successful. This is exactly what they needed to come back in. There was no hero play from FNRGFE, and now Faze will have a little over 2 minutes after they cap this to move in on second.
It's going to be very difficult. I wonder if we'll see changes on this defense. You think maybe adding another tank into the mix might be good? I don't know exactly what the roster would look like with that. And one of the issues as well is who you're going to switch now as people are nearing their ultimates, but they're going to stay with a very similar composition. And as I mentioned, they can't really put a lot of...
It's a nice bio-nade, hits everyone! This is a huge opportunity for FNRGFE. They get Raucus down immediately. Shadowburn does not have a nano boost on him and is looking for kills nonetheless. Ends up with 2. FNRGFE not out of the fire here yet, but that was the best chance they had of holding here, but it's Factor Fiction. Taking 2. Faze striking, looking for the progress on the point and trying to pile on. Respawns are coming back in,
they just
but
need
they're almost there,
so
they get it! Oh.
I thought that defense was going to hold.